Hello from the Bureau. Today is Sunday the 2nd of March, here with an update on Tropical Cyclone Alfred that continues moving southwards through the Coral Sea, bringing coastal hazard impacts to large parts of the east coast of Queensland, but as well, it's starting to look more likely that we'll see a coastal crossing as we head towards the end of the week. But we'll start off by looking at the current satellite imagery, and it's just really highlighting that over the last 24 hours, Alfred has significantly weakened. And you can see that through the reduction of the convective cloud. And this is because Alfred has been, broadly speaking, moving southwards into an unfavourable environment with cooler sea surface temperatures, but as well with increased wind shear. Now, here's Tropical Cyclone Alfred at the moment, a Category 2 system around 370 kilometres to the east-northeast of Bundaberg, and sustained winds near the centre of 90 kilometres per hour but gusting up to 130. For the remainder of today, we're expecting Alfred to track southeastwards away from the mainland and weaken to a Category 1 system. But it is continuing to bring windy conditions and showers to the coast, but importantly, very powerful surf and swell to large parts of eastern Queensland. So we do have a coastal hazard warning current for both damaging surf but also for abnormally high tides. And that extends all the way from Sandy Cape down into the Sunshine Coast, the outer Brisbane area, through the Goldie and into Coolangatta. Now, this damaging surf and abnormally high tides combined to produce coastal hazard impacts like dangerous conditions for coastal activities. So this includes things like surfing, boating, rock fishing, swimming, any activity that requires you to be in or near the water. It also is the potential for inundation at high tide. So this is inundation of low-lying areas or minor flooding during peak tide times, including or affecting areas like foreshores, car parks, adjacent streets or properties. And as well, multiple days of powerful surf have the potential to cause significant coastal erosion. So let's now get into the extended outlook. So this is for Monday. We're expecting Alfred to continue moving southeastwards away from the mainland as a Category 1 system. However, on Tuesday, it is expected to stall and then start drifting back towards the southeast coast of Queensland, re-intensifying into a Category 2 system. And as I said, there is a high chance that it may cross the coast somewhere between southeastern parts of Queensland or northeastern parts of New South Wales. Now, the impacts of the cyclone crossing will be felt far away from where it actually crosses the coast. In fact, the greatest impacts are expected on that southern flank of the cyclone in that onshore flow, and would include things like damaging to destructive winds, heavy to intense rainfall that may lead to life-threatening flash flooding, and coastal inundation or inundation of low-lying areas with that strong storm surge. And what we're seeing here is the current track map. Now, this track map will be updated every 6 hours, so it's really important for residents of southeast Queensland or northeast New South Wales to stay up to date with our latest track. Now, as we move into Thursday afternoon, it's expected to quickly weaken below tropical cyclone strength as it's no longer attached to a moisture source into a low pressure system. So taking a look at the rain and wind data, the impacts are expected to start during Wednesday but peaking on Thursday and Friday, and there's the potential for very heavy rainfall right through the area, but particularly in that onshore flow area. Now, we are expecting a flood watch to be issued later this afternoon for the potential moderate to major flooding for northeast New South Wales and southeast Queensland associated with this system. And as well, tropical cyclone watch is expected to be issued from as early as tomorrow morning. Now, this will be for gale force winds to start to develop within 24 to 48 hours of once that watch is issued. So if you or anyone you know lives about southeastern parts of Queensland or northeastern parts of New South Wales, now's the time to stay up to date with the latest forecasts and warnings via the Bureau website, app and social media, and in particular, stay up to date with our latest tropical cyclone track maps and listen to all the advice from your local emergency services. Bye for now.